I'm just going to record it. So guys, welcome to TGIM in Australia, your Monday night. It's my Monday morning, like 9 a.m. Super cold here in Portugal. But if you can just mute yourself, that's it. Perfect, thank you. Tonight, or this morning here, I'm going to be talking about new beginnings. So I've been reading a book. It's like one of those books that you read little bits and pieces over and over again. So I've just picked it up again and reading more. But it's Jim Rohn's book, The Seasons of Life. So I do have it in hard copy, obviously, but you can listen to it like an audio book or just YouTube clips and stuff like that. But I like having a hard copy as well. So I'm going to talk about, like I said, new beginnings. Each day, you can start again. You don't have to do anything drastic like move to Portugal. But every single day is, a chance for a new beginning and new opportunities and stuff like that. So whether that's to do with, your weight loss or your health journey, whether that's to do with your business, whether it's relationships, friendships, anything like that, every single day is a new opportunity to start again, start afresh. So Jim Rohn says, springtime is that time for opportunities. So it's up to you, your attitude. So whether you sow your seed or whether you sleep in the springtime. So what I'm going to do is just go through some quotes that I've found in the book that have been really cool, and then what I've got out of that quote. So Jim Rohn says that spring is a season for entering the fertile fields of life with seed, knowledge, commitment, and a determined effort. So basically, using past experiences, failures, wins, and lessons to make you better, stronger, and more determined. So we need to learn from our mistakes and use them to make us grow. So he says, foolish is the one who would allow springtime to pass while dwelling upon the memory of the successful crop last fall, or the failure to reap last fall in spite of the massive efforts of last spring. So each day is a brand new chance at life. Don't spend it celebrating the victories of past achievements. So I think it is really important to acknowledge our wins and celebrate them, but don't spend too long on it. Acknowledge it, feel good that you've achieved something that you wanted to achieve, and then get back to it. And most importantly, don't dwell on the failures. So wrong choices, missed opportunities, use these to propel you forward into a brand new day. So he says, spring does not care if you sow or sleep, nor does it care if you plant abundantly or meagerly. Neither spring nor the soil, sun, or other elements care if you plant at all. So it will merely present itself as a time to take advantage. So I guess, what I got out of that is we need to recognise the opportunities that we are given and take advantage of them. So opportunities can come and go. We need to be open to new ones and ready to go. So ready to take action when we need to. So when the conditions are just right, we need to work hard, not slacken off. So when things are going really well for us, that's time to keep working and keep that momentum going. So Jim Rohn says to take full advantage of the spring, rid your soil of the weeds and rocks disguised as the opinions of those around you in the form of worry, doubt, or pessimism. So we have spoken about this a lot, but we need to be aware of the opinions and attitudes of people around us. So in some cases, we may need to remove ourselves from situations, relationships, friendships that aren't actually serving us or taking us towards our goals. So that's when, that law of association comes in, guys. So as we say, we're the sum of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So we need to choose really carefully. People will have opinions, negativity. Some will try and pull you down to their level. So we just need to be really conscious of this and choose which way we want to go. So I always try and think to myself, you know, is this person or relationship, friendship or situation, is it making me a better, more positive person? If not, then remove yourself. So Jim Rohn says, the act of planting during the warm breezes of spring requires that we exert the pain of human discipline, and being unwilling to do so assures that in the coming fall, we shall surely experience the greater pain of regret. So the difference is that the pain of discipline weighs ounces and the pain of regret weighs tons. So basically, to achieve our goals, we need to put in the work and effort to get there. So this often requires self-discipline. For example, choosing the shake over the croissant, which I've had to do a few times here in Portugal. You know, going without that second glass of wine, doing flyers in the rain when you'd rather be snuggled on the couch watching Netflix, going to the work conference or event rather than going out with your friends, choosing to go to the gym when your 5 a.m. alarm goes off, or like 3:30 a.m. for Katie Conroy, rather than hitting the snooze button. So the other thing I thought was that self-discipline doesn't have to be painful. So in fact, I don't know about you, but I feel really good every time I exert self-discipline. So like the feeling of refusing that croissant is like, yes, like I'm a little bit stronger because I had that self-discipline to do that for myself and my goals. You know, when you have that early morning gym session or early morning bike ride, you know, you feel good for the rest of the day. It's like, yes, I've done something today. You know, I've used my self-discipline. I've done something to move me towards my goals today. So it's actually a really good feeling. So the pain of regret, however, weighs tons. So if you give in, quit, take the easy option, you're not going to reach your goals. And you'll always ask yourself, what if? What if I had have done that? Put in the work now and get the rewards later. So don't be left with that regret. Jim Rohn says, the thoughts, deeds, dreams and efforts of today will provide tomorrow's harvest. So don't use today to mentally relive yesterday or to await the arrival of tomorrow. There will be no better day, no better opportunity, springtime, time to begin than the current moment. So, you know, take action now. Start from wherever you are at this exact moment. So 8:08 p.m. for you, 9:08 a.m. for me, and start working towards your goals. It doesn't matter if you're currently, you know, overweight, in a crappy relationship, in a shit job, stuck in a rut. Maybe there's a few of you without cameras on. Maybe you're sitting there eating some chocolate. Maybe you took the easy road yesterday, made some mistakes. Spend only enough time acknowledging this to learn from your mistakes, grow from it, and start again. So now is the perfect time for you. You're in control. Take action right now after this call to put you closer to your goals. So, you know, I just wrote some action steps down. Whether this applies to you or not, I don't know. But maybe it's messaging that business prospect that you've been too scared to. So get off this call and do it. Maybe it's going to your pantry or your fridge and throwing out all that junk food that's in there. Maybe it's, you know, doing a late night gym session if you haven't done a workout today. Maybe it's buying your ticket to your work or training conference. Herbie people, you know what I mean. Maybe it's starting to read that personal development book you've been meaning to read. It's been looking at you. Maybe it's getting off the call and listening to a YouTube clip for motivation. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just start. And so lastly, Jim Rohn says, become wise enough to recognise the faint glimmerings of the springtimes of life which manifest themselves each day, the opportunity to listen to the words of those wiser than ourselves, the opportunity to walk to a beach with those that you love, the opportunity to absorb the value of a good book, the opportunity to speak good things of someone when habit prompts you to find fault in them. Force yourself to turn off the TV and have a conversation with your family. Opportunity surrounds us all, appearing and disappearing just as fast, leaving behind fond memories to those who responded or regret to those who were too busy to bother. So there are always glimmers of opportunities to better ourselves and move towards our goals every single day. So we just need to learn to recognize them, whatever that is for you, and act on them. So that's the most important bit. Don't ignore them or miss the opportunity to create your dream life. That's all I had. If anyone has any questions, you can type them through or you can unmute yourself. But again, this is the book. It's really good. I think I got it on eBay. It's nice and short too, which is cool. But anything from Jim Rohn is amazing. Are there any questions? Jared's got his thinking face on. It's always good. Marshy, what do you got? Nothing. Oh, here you go. Good one. Okay, so Jared said, what season are you in at the moment and how are you working it after recognizing it? So obviously, you know, being in a brand new country, brand new culture, language, I feel like I'm in that springtime because I've got this opportunity, you know, brand new opportunity to create something really special over here and make an impact just like we have, you know, in Australia. So I definitely am feeling like I'm in that springtime. And how are you working it after recognizing it? So yeah, just basically recognizing the opportunity and acting on it. So getting to work. So for me, that's like getting out there and meeting some new people and starting some connections and stuff like that. Katie says, when you say choose relationships but start fresh, oh, someone's not muted, that's okay. How do you manage a fresh start if trust has been broken? So I guess, I don't know, like everyone's so different, but maybe it's like recognizing that, and I think communication's a really big thing as well. So like talking things through, and I guess, you know, recognizing that there are new opportunities every single day, so every day is fresh. But I guess if trust is an issue, then maybe that's just like a communication thing. So maybe you just need to talk that through. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. Good one though. Questions? Cool. So Jared says, what do you do differently in a summer versus a winter? And how do you extend your summers and reduce your winters? So that's a good point. So I think everyone goes through, you know, it's just life to go through summers and springs and then those winters when you don't feel so great and things aren't going your way. For me, like I do try and smash the PD, so I do find that helps me when I'm in a little bit of a winter. And when things are going really well for me, like I said before, I do try and keep that work going because I've learnt the hard way as well. You know, you can get into a bit of your comfort zone and stuff like that and think that things are going really well, and take things for granted a little bit, take your your foot off the pedal and things then taper off and they can stop. So, you know, I have learnt that when things are going really well, just to keep at it, keep that momentum going. It's like that truck analogy. So it takes lots and lots of effort at the start to get something going, whether that's weight loss, business, whatever. It's always harder at the start, putting that effort in, trying to, you know, push that truck. And then you get that momentum, so you don't want that to stop. So you want to keep taking action, and it just, you know, requires little bits of action. But if you let it stop, you've got to start again. Marshy, how do you recognise you're in a winter to work towards moving towards a summer? To work towards it. So like, do you remember the ant theory? Yes, the ant theory. What's the ant theory? Where they like, no, that's the, I'm thinking about lobsters or something. Yabbies. I'm thinking about yabbies. I know ants can lift their own weight. Oh, they go around things? I don't know. Tell me about the ant theory. Marshy says, how do you recognise you're in a winter to work towards moving towards the summer? So I guess everyone's winter is different. For me, you know, well, in the past, not so much now, which is amazing, but I have suffered from like depression and that kind of thing. So I guess for me, that's a winter. But thanks, Jared. Yeah, so everyone's talking now. For me, a winter is, you know, when I am going through a bit of a hard time, feeling like nothing's going right, that kind of thing. And it is hard. Sometimes it is hard to pull yourself out. But that's why, you know, the community that you guys have got there and what I'm hoping to, you know, make here, the community is so important, because just being around those like-minded people can really help to lift you out. Having some really good support people, smashing the PD, and I don't know, like for me, actually doing some work helps me as well, because, you know, you get that feeling of you're doing something to move you towards your goals. And for me, that's work, but whatever that is for you. Taking that time, whether it's doing a workout, get those endorphins going, whatever makes you feel good. Belinda Brown, the ants and the grasshopper. Jared's going to talk about ants next week. That'll be good. Any other questions? All good? All out? Yep. Sweet. All right, guys. Have a good evening in Australia, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye.